All right. Okay. Test number one. Test number two. All right. Test number one. Test number two. Okay. Everything's working so far. Let's see if I have any problem playing the video.
What's this? But I thought she was done with Nintendo. I thought she was never going to talk about or play their games ever again. I thought this individual was being completely 100% serious when she said she was done with Nintendo, that she was finished with Nintendo, that she was breaking up with Nintendo. How could you do this to me?
Okay. Now everything's working. Let's react to this dumb fool. So, this guy right here, instead of reacting to this video with respect, he calls her the B. She's a HO. You don't call a woman a B an HO. Okay, I'm not perfect, but I'm not perfect. But she made a video. I think, let me see what day she made this video. I mean, I think 4 days ago, she made the video. Like 4 days ago, a day ago. Okay, it's not about the point. The point is I'm reacting a couple days or yeah, today. I'm reacting today about this and fixing the video. The reason I'm doing this video because this dude right here that I'm pointing in my mouse is so rude. So I mean, here, this guy right here, this guy right here, he's so rude. The word that my mouse is so rude and disgusting. I don't know how if he has a wife, if he does the same thing. I hope not. This lady does not wants to buy a Nintendo Switch 2. This lady does not want to buy a Nintendo Switch 2. Okay? This lady does not want to buy a Nintendo Switch 2. For the same reason I didn't want to buy the Nintendo Switch 2. But I took my brother's advice and bought it anyways. The reason I bought it is because my brother said, "Oh, why you downgrading? Why you downgrading? Why you gonna buy this one if you can get the Nintendo Switch too?" Okay. So I said because I don't trust Nintendo Switch 2 yet. Same thing she's feeling. All the bullshit crap that Nintendo is throwing to us. Okay. Number one, listen to this lady, and she will say exactly the way I feel.
Nintendo, we had something special, Nintendo. I hate this chick so much. Like,
Okay, let's start the video over. Okay, so before I push play, I want you guys to listen to her only. Okay? I want you guys to listen to her only. F him, and then, or listen to both. And you guys tell me how you feel this guy talking to a woman. All right? I'm like I said, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But this guy pissed me off because I feel the same way she's feeling. But I took my brother's opinion and distrust. So let's go and listen to this lady.
what's this? But I thought she was done with Nintendo. I thought she was never going to talk about or.
Bro, shut the hell up and play the video. Number one. Okay. Number two, I was done with Nintendo. My first Nintendo was 2019 through 2022. And the reason I wasn't not done with the Nintendo, I sold it because I had bills to pay. And a friend of mine paid the bill, couldn't pay him back. So I said, here, take my Nintendo for the price. So, you mother effer, refix that video that I'm playing about you. You fool. Here we go.
Play their games ever again. I thought this individual was being completely 100% serious when she said she was done with Nintendo, that she was finished with Nintendo, that she was breaking up with Nintendo. How could you do this to me, Nintendo? We had something special, Nintendo. And then you.
Okay, number one, Nintendo. Fuck us. For one reason, two reasons, three reasons, maybe 4 or 5 reasons. But I remember a few. Number one, the prices of the game. The what do you call it? The damn it. What's it called? Um oh shit. The accessories. Third party accessories. Can use that. Wanna know? She would explain it. But this mother effer won't let her. And he's using her video. I'm gonna go back to her video so you can watch it better if you want.
Had to ruin it. I thought that's what she was telling people. Like, and here she is back again. I don't know if I like predicted.
Bro, doesn't matter if she does or doesn't have the Nintendo Switch 2. She probably have the Switch 1. I never had the Switch 2, and I didn't make a video because I don't know how to explain about the Nintendo Switch 2. I just learned things about Nintendo Switch 2, and I bought it anyways. Okay, number one, Joy-Con drifting. The Nintendo Switch 1 has it. Nintendo Switch 2 has it. Um, the battery issue. Nintendo Switch 1 has it. Nintendo Switch 2 has it. Okay. Nintendo Switch 1, I got a 6.2 or 6.3 screen. I don't know. I know it's 6.1 or 6.2 screen. Messed up screen. Still bought it. But Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch 2 has messed up Joy-Cons. Still bought it. The battery issue. Still bought it. Nintendo Switch 2 has a battery issue. Still bought the Nintendo Switch 2. What is a big deal with her explaining why she won't want to purchase a Nintendo Switch 2? Explain to me. Dude, make another video explaining without using her video your opinion with respect. I watched this video not once, twice, not twice, 3 times to see if you wasn't rude. Well, guess what? I let my brother watch it, my mother watch it, my brother's wife watch it, and guess what she said? You are rude. Let's watch the video.
She would be back. But like, here she is. I'm done with Nintendo Part 2. Which
Oh, one more thing. Yes, I am a handicapped person on the hospital bed, on my room. Just like you know.
is a contradiction in and of itself, because if you were done with Nintendo, you wouldn't need to put out a Part 2 to justify your position. You know, this is
Bro, number one, she is done with Nintendo for the reason she says. I wasn't gonna buy the Nintendo Switch 2 for one reason. Let's let her finish. If you could shut up in the background of the video.
why I hate this chick so much. Like, out of all the video content
Bro, he says he hates her. Say he hates her. He hates her, okay? He hates her, all right? He says he hates her, right? He doesn't even know her. And he says he hates her. He hates her. Wow. Let's finish the video, please.
I've seen in the past year or so since the Switch 2 came out. Like, I really think this is the one that made me the most angry. Like, just because.
Plus, number one, I did not know the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out. And the only thing that I knew about the Nintendo Switch 2, because Genki, I think it's called, did this reveal on the cases and the something cases or some screen protector or something like that. So let's go back to the video and listen to this full 4i biatch.
Of how paper thin, transparent she is about being a grifter. And here she is back again to try and, like, I don't know, make the same point she made the first time. Like, I don't know what she's gonna say. I didn't watch this video, but let's go ahead and see what what she has to say.
So I
So
made
I
a
made a
video where
video where
I
I
basically
basically
broke
broke
up
up
with.
with.
3 months ago, I made a video where I basically broke up with Nintendo. Very
So I wasn't being I wasn't exaggerating when I said that she like claimed she broke up with Nintendo. And here she is like begging to be back.
Oh my God. Can you let her play the video? Play her video without stopping the goddamn video. Period.
You know, Nintendo has like access to better chicks, better players, better customers, and here she is like making a video like, "Oh, please Nintendo, please give me money." Like
publicly on the internet, very peak millennial behavior, and I am not proud of it. But since
yes,
almost
you should be.
630,000 people watched
Yep.
that very public therapy
Yeah.
Listen to this fool now. Listen to this fool, to his opinion. But listen to him carefully, because I'm going to rewind it so you can hear what he calls her.
600,000. So this is the real reason she's making this video. The real reason she's like trying to do this again. It's for the views. Okay, it's not because anything really.
Okay. I'm going to stop the video right here, right there. Now, he said she doing this review. What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck is he doing? Reviews. Oh my God. I'm doing it because it pisses me off.
Really happened because nothing has. Not because like Nintendo's like really alienated her or antagonized her or did anything ridiculous. Like the reason she's making these videos is because she's getting views for it. And I do think that is why you shouldn't take them seriously. Because this isn't genuine. This isn't like her actual opinion. Like, because she's gonna.
Bro, it is her opinion. Listen carefully, you dumb fool.
Keep playing Nintendo consoles the way she always has. No, like she is grifting for views because she knows this is what gets people to watch her mediocre content. Actually, I don't even know her YouTube channel name, and I'm not bothering to learn it because I'm not never watching.
Okay, he said he don't want to learn her video or her YouTube channel name. Okay, he says that she's doing this for views and get more subscribers. Hey, moron. What the fuck are you doing? So you can look good sitting in a recliner? Oh, wait. You're going to say the same thing about me laying in bed, in the hospital bed. What are you doing this for? For views and for more subscribers? No. I'm doing this because you piss me off. Okay? Why you don't go after Alex, the one that dressed like a banana? Why you don't go after him? Why you have to go after her and call her names? Well, I know he did. You guys don't know. But listen to this.
Any of her content, any of her videos again.
session. I figured that I would do a follow up, kind of like those.
Okay, you heard what he said. He will not learn her YouTube channel, and because he don't want to watch her trash videos. That's what he said. Now, I can rewind it. Number one, I don't have Discord. Number two, no.
Where are they now reality show segments, except it is just
It's 3 months. It's been 3 months. Like, you're grifting for.
Hey, moron. You did this video, what, a day ago? And you bitching about her?
Views. You're trying to get more subs and attention.
me and my increasingly complicated feelings about it.
And what the fuck are you doing? Oh, you doing this for looking good. You're showing your whole house, room, and you're sitting in your recliner and holding on to Pikachu by the leg. Come on. The fuck are you doing, bro? The fuck are you doing? Tell me. You dumbass.
A gaming company. In my first video, I talked about how they had been weaponizing our nostalgia, turning childhood memories into soulless business models. I touched on the Gary Bowser case, the creator takedowns, the $80 Mario Kart.
What is she talking about? Like, weaponizing our nostalgia. What are you talking about? Are you talking about being a fan of the brand? They're weaponizing our nostalgia. What are you talking about? They put out new games. They evolve. They grow. What are you talking about? Like, you're acting as if like all they do is just remaster like old content. Like they're.
All right. I don't know what she's talking about the games, but I'm only reacting what he says about her. Okay. So please don't judge me about what she says that I don't understand. I'm being honest. I don't understand what she says. But I'm reacting what this dude right here, this dude says, the one that's holding the Pikachu.
Toys for Bob or something like that. Like, what do you mean weaponizing our nostalgia? That doesn't make any sense.
Pricing, all of it. And I said I wasn't buying a Switch 2, which,
What?
again, like I said in my first video, if you did buy one and you are having fun with it, I genuinely am happy for you. But based on everything that has happened since launch,
Beautiful. If you watch this, yes, I follow my brother's opinions and upgraded to a Nintendo Switch 2. But I never had one from 2022. I just purchased mine June 14, 2025 at GameStop. Paid $587. Then I paid $605 for the games and accessories. That's not counting extra accessories. Thank you. Thank you for telling me enjoy my game and enjoying my system. Thank you.
I feel pretty good with my decision. Because since then, Nintendo essentially scoffed at my breakup video.
Okay. How long until she gets a Switch 2? Like, realistically, it's probably going to be about a year, honestly. It's gonna.
Bro, doesn't matter when she get it. Okay, that says she got it today. And she doesn't post a video. Doesn't matter. Come on, nah. Bro. What in the hell is wrong with you?
Gonna be another video she does where she's just like, oh, I decided to get a Switch. Like, it's gonna happen at some point. Nobody's buying this shit. I hate how she tries to do this faux, like, pleasant, like, oh, I'm such a warm, inviting. Like, no, it's transparent. It's fake. You can see it in her smile. You can see it in her eyes. She is doing it for the camera. She's a nasty, mean-spirited person who probably hates children. But anyway.
and has decided to just speedrun every possible
Yo, she could sue you for that. I think that's my opinion. I think she could sue you for that. And I hope she can sue you. Bro, what the hell's your wrong, bro?
way to prove my prior points.
Nope.
With patent
Absolutely.
wars escalating, USB ports getting encrypted,
Oh,
Brazil
let's listen to
Yeah.
this video.
Okay. Yeah. So they're this thing is selling record numbers. Okay, your little boycott, your little "I'm not buying a Switch 2" thing completely falls flat on its face.
threatening to sue them and raising prices on 7-year-old consoles. Here we are.
All right. He's making a big deal because she won't buy a Nintendo Switch 2. What is a big deal? Please, somebody come to my YouTube channel or to my Twitch. What is a big deal that this lady won't buy a Nintendo Switch 2? Please, somebody, because I'm about to smack myself in my face. Good morning, John. How are you, John? So let's watch this moron talk bullshit about women.
So 3 months later, let me tell you where I'm at. After all this time,
So okay. Raising prices on old consoles. I don't know. Like everybody else in the
All right. Now, she's talking about raising prices like PlayStation, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo raise the prices of. Okay, so Nintendo raised the prices on the old consoles from 2017. PlayStation raised the prices of their consoles. Microsoft raised their prices on their own consoles. What is a big deal, dummy?
industry. Like, what is she talking about? Like, these people keep doing this thing where they act as if it's like some anomaly that, oh, Nintendo raised their prices for the Switch 1. Like, yeah. So did Sony with the PS5. So did Microsoft with the Xbox One. Like, this, Series X, excuse me. Like, this isn't some isolated incident. It's not something that only Nintendo did. I don't understand the inability of these people to process basic reality. Like, nobody cares. Nobody is looking at like a Switch 1 price point. Oh, I'm not gonna buy that. It's $30 more than it was a couple of years ago. Like, nobody cares. Okay. You're just gonna not buy it at all, or just buy a Switch 2. It's a complete non-issue.
did I stick to my guns? Did I stay strong in the face of Donkey Kong temptation? Well,
Bro, I'm going to tell you something. If Nintendo was my business, I will raise the prices higher enough because I'm greedy. That's me. Who cares? If Nintendo raised their prices, who cares? But if I own Nintendo, I will raise the prices enough so I can make more money. is just business. Okay. Is it wrong for Nintendo to raise the prices? Microsoft, Sony raising the prices? No, it's just business. They don't think, oh my God, low income people can't afford it. Mothers, low mothers, single fathers, they don't think about that, bro. They think about how to make extra money to put the family at college. You know, Jesus, you need business, business. Like, for an example, let's say I have my own computer business and I made my computer faster, cheaper, but faster, cheaper and faster that support games from 2090 through 2025. And then people get upgraded in the future. And I sold it for $900 or $1,000. Or and I see a mother that a kid is starting gaming, like me, for an example. I started gaming again. And I seen the lady looking at my store. Also, I'll tell her, hey, go in the store, tell my employer to call me. We work something out. Okay? That's me. I would do that for our family. But that's not Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony. Think about that, dumb fool. I'm losing money just helping a family. But do I care? No. They do care. They're about making money, supporting their own family. They don't care about supporting other family. Dumbass.
Yeah, Nintendo has made my decision pretty easy, so let's break.
You see how Nintendo made her keep her choice, stay away from Nintendo Switch 2. But wait, you're gonna pick a fight with that and argue about that she's an idiot.
Break down exactly how. The Power World thing is kind of old news at this point. Actually,
Yeah, so old that everybody agrees that they're gonna lose the lawsuit. You are beating a dead horse. Like, the simple fact of the matter is, you're not talking about the console.
Get ready. He's gonna call her the B word and the A word. Get ready.
Or what Nintendo is actually doing, the games they put out, the games that third parties have put out, the upcoming Nintendo Direct. You are complaining about lawsuits. You are complaining about pricing differences between different regions. You are complaining about Power World, a knockoff product that nobody cares about anymore. Or ever did, rather. Like, you are completely out of touch.
it's coming up on its year anniversary, I'm pretty sure. Nintendo sued them, forced changes to mechanics that people love. But there have been some very interesting developments lately.
A new hand touches the beacon.
No. Nobody cares about these, like, Power World knockoffs,
Alexa,
right? They didn't do what Power World did. These games, like, they are the fact that people have to like keep bringing in other games into the equation really just goes to show you just how little of they have to stand on. Because like if Nintendo really was going after indie games for just resembling Pokemon or being inspired by it or whatever, you would see lawsuits be filed a lot more frequently. The reality is they went after Power World because they brazenly stole a lot of assets and mechanics that are specific to Pokemon. Like it was something that they could sue over, and it is something that they are going to win. The simple fact of the matter is, like, people like this have no idea what's happening. They have no idea why Power World is being sued. They have no idea, like, why things have developed the way they did. Like, this is just a grift, essentially.
2 more companies recently dropped their version of creature collector games, and
nobody cares.
To be real with you, I am fascinated and terrified in equal measure. Hoyoverse, the people who make so much freaking money from Genshin Impact, just showed off Honkai.
Oh, yeah, Genshin Impact, yeah. The game that no one talks about outside of how much money it makes. Yeah, I'm sure that's a completely legitimate thing, like just like Black Myth Wukong. You know, I'm sure Genshin Impact is a real viable IP that has real momentum behind it, and it isn't just a CCP project to try and make its way into the video game industry. Like, nobody cares about Genshin Impact. Nobody plays Genshin Impact. It is not a big gaming IP. It has no real, genuine momentum about it. I never hear about it ever until some YouTuber tries to tell you that, like, I don't have a Genshin Impact sponsorship, but did you know that it's really big? Like, the reality is, you never hear anything about Genshin Impact except how much money it's supposedly making. And guess what, China? That is not something I'm interested in about video games. So you can just take your Genshin Impacts and your, like, Star Rails and your, like, Nikes or whatever and just throw them in the fucking trash. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see other people talking about it. You know, it's not going to be a thing, ever. And that's been kind of a reoccurring thing with this Power World scenario, because we saw people say this was going to be as big as Pokemon, this was going to be bigger than Pokemon, this was going to be a new cultural phenomenon, and like a year later, nobody is talking about it outside of the lawsuit that they initially denied was ever going to be filed. These people are delusional about what they expect is going to happen with these products.
It's funny how he has to drink water every time he cries.
They really think Pokemon is under threat from these companies. And the reality is, like, you are not going to topple what Pokemon does. Like, the reality is, it is pretty much impossible to do, especially with this kind of, like, microtransaction heavy, laden, just format. Like, it just is never going to work.
Anima, which, yes, I agree that it rolls off the tongue very nicely. Putting the name aside, it is everything that you would want in a creature collector, but here's the thing. I could not just sit back and enjoy the trailer like a normal person. Instead, I was sitting there with my little legal analysis hat on thinking, all right.
You're not a lawyer! Your legal analysis isn't worth shit! Actually...
Bro. That is her opinion, mother effer.
Like, let's repeat that. Like, these lawyers on YouTube, first of all, they're not practicing. They don't handle corporate law. They don't handle patent law. And they don't work in the Japanese gaming industry. So the people you see on YouTube, like the Nick Recadas and like the Law 2 people, like, they don't know shit either. Okay, so like I'm going one step further, like beyond saying you don't know shit about law, and I'm gonna go out and say that LawTube doesn't know shit about law, and I should know that better than anyone. But anyway,
On the creature, that's probably fine. You mount it, I don't know, that's definitely in Nintendo's patent. You can fly on it? Yeah, it's getting a lawsuit. And it was like watching a beautiful car drive straight towards a cliff. And then there's Animo. And honestly, this one has me even more intrigued. From what I've seen, they're taking a slightly different approach. It's gonna have more survival elements, more customization, and what looks like a very robust creature evolution system. And I will not lie, it looks like the kind of game that I would lose entire weekends to, and probably a lot of money too, so I am really hoping that it is not riddled with predatory microtransactions, because my self-control could use some work when it comes to cute digital pets. But watching both of these reveals recently, I had this moment where I realized how messed up the situation has become. Here
Number one, I don't know what she's talking about, what game. And please don't judge me. I'm just judging the dude.
two totally different companies, one with massive resources, one very clearly passionate about their project, showing off mechanics that look incredible, innovative, fun, and instead of being able to just be excited about it, I was sitting here playing patent lawyer bingo. And it's wild because for years...
So, like, that's my thing about this. Like, the only reason anybody is talking about these games is that they're trying to, like, keep the Power World lawsuit relevant. They're trying to keep, like, this game, like, in the public sphere. Like, there was no lawsuit lobbied against these games. You know, there has been no accusation of plagiarism. I haven't seen anything. I haven't looked at I haven't watched the trailers myself, but, like, looking at them, they don't really seem that, like, they don't really seem as if they plagiarized Pokemon the way Power World did. So, like, I don't really imagine we'll see a lawsuit for this, but, like, the fact of the matter is, the fact that you have these people insisting that, like, the lawsuit's totally gonna come down, bro, like, it's not, you know, unless they straight up, like, blatantly rip off Pokemon the way Power World did, it's not gonna happen.
Is literally years, everyone has been saying Pokemon needs real competition.
No, it doesn't.
Needs to be
What are you talking about? It's had competition since its inception. Digimon, Yokai Watch. You know, what do you, like, it's...
Yo, let her have her opinion. Why you have to pick a fight with a woman? Go pick a fight with Alex, the banana boy.
It didn't start as the biggest franchise in the world. Okay, what are you talking about? It needs competition. Like, bitch, like everything else.
There you go. He called it the B word.
In the world is its competition. Everything else lost because it wasn't as good as Pokemon. It has nothing to do with, like, this idea that Pokemon is this, like, untouchable brand. It's just that good of a, it's just that popular, you know? It's not like some magic. Like, it was just better than all of its competition and built its brand up exceedingly well beyond, people don't talk enough about how good Pokemon's brand synergy is. You know, they were able to, like, build up the video games, the anime, and the TCG in, like, a very relatively short time span. And I grew up, you know, seeing people, like, rage against all three of those formats, you know, calling them, like, really shit, like, saying they were all terrible. In reality, like, they were being played by millions of people, you know? It's just, like, her cope, like, that there's no competition just isn't true. You know, because you can go to the store right now. You can see Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading cards. You can see Digimon trading cards. What sold out? The Pokemon cards. Because they have spent the past 30 years building up their brand where they can do that.
We saw what happened with Power World. It lit a fire underneath the whole genre. People got excited about creature collectors again, and apparently what has happened to Power World has...
Creature collector? What is she talking about? Like, Power World is like, it's like a survival crafting game. It ripped off Ark as well as Pokemon. Like, it took Pokemon characters and applied them into this, like, generic survival game. It's not really the same genre, which is, like, kind of why... Like, which is the core argument that, like, people have when saying it didn't plagiarize Pokemon, but they ripped off, like, Pokemon models, they ripped off, like, Legends Arceus mechanics and like slap them into like this TPS survival crafter game. Like it's not like whatever.
Not deter these other developers, and honestly, good for them. Now we are finally getting companies with actual resources willing to try something in that space. Hoyoverse has that we can fight Nintendo in court and not even notice the legal fees type money. They have international reach, experienced legal teams, and a track record of taking on established giants. If Nintendo does decide to go after them, it would definitely be a very different kind of legal battle than the Palworld situation. IP expert Florian Mueller looked at the Hoyoverse game and said that it clearly infringes on Nintendo's newly revised patent. The one that they ended up changing like mid-trial during the Palworld case. The one that now covers basically any rideable flying creatures in games, which is just... it's dumb. It's very dumb that we're at a point where riding a fictional animal is somehow patentable, but I digress, because here is what is different this time. If Nintendo does try to enforce this against Hoyoverse, we might actually get some clarity on what...
So Nintendo has not filed a lawsuit, they haven't done anything, and yet she's making a video like this isn't about like her views on the Switch 2 or anything else. Like she just wants to grift off of the Palworld thing because she thinks it's gonna get her money and attention, and it's just not. You are a soy face.
Yo, shut up and leave this lady alone.
Whether or
Shit.
not these patents hold up against a company that can't afford to fight back. Part of me is almost hoping that they do try, because it would be really nice to see Nintendo get a taste of their own medicine. But patents are just the beginning.
I love how these people think that like Nintendo's gonna lose a lawsuit against these companies. Like, oh man, Nintendo, you're gonna lose. Like, bro, they took on Universal in like the 80s and won over the Donkey Kong thing. Okay, like over the Kong license. Like, I think they're gonna be fine.
Nintendo looked at that situation and thought, you know what? We are not controlling enough things yet. For a quick recap, Nintendo's terms allow them to permanently brick or switch to hardware if they have decided that you violated their rules. This got so bad.
Yeah, their rules! The fact that you're not allowed to steal software! Like, what is so confusing about this? Again, like, this is why I hate this broad and her just, like, the way she presents things is that, like, she really does act as if, like, these articles and, like, these random YouTube, like, lawsuits.
Okay. Now listen to this. Listen to the picture. Read the picture. Yes, Nintendo can break your Switch 2 if it's easier than you think. Okay? Now, see, he's not talking that the guy that created the MIG device is the one that causes this problem. That I'm spending 4, 5, 6, maybe higher. So far, from my receipts, I spent $400 or $500 just in games, physical and digital. Now, Nintendo can destroy your Switch 2. Look at this proof. Yes, Nintendo can break your Switch 2, and it's easier than you think. So, that's what I'm trying to say. And this fool won't tell you why. He just said, there's rules and policy. Okay. But why are those rules and policy? He's forgetting one thing. The people that created the MIG device in the dumper is the one that caused this policy and rules and Nintendo breaking your Switch. Why this motherfucker did not say nothing about it? let's find out the rest.
People are like reliable sources of information when they just aren't. Like that's the important thing you have to keep in mind when looking at these articles or seeing these videos is that none of these people know what they're talking about. All they're trying to do is get views by like going after Nintendo. That's it. That's like the root cause of it. This isn't a real genuine legal analysis. This isn't coming from an expert. This isn't coming from someone who.
Okay, and then I'm gonna show you, if I have time or if I feel like it, about the MIG device one more time.
Knows what he's talking about. Like these people are just repeating what everyone else is saying with no real like understanding of what the issue actually is. Like I think these guys are going to be shocked when Power World loses the lawsuit and Power World gets completely shut down.
Release that Brazil's Consumer Protection Agency called this abusive and gave them 20 days to rewrite it or face a lawsuit, which Brazil, you have been crickets at this point, so I feel like you might have just been blowing hot air. But here is the fresh nightmare and something that I just learned about from a Linus Tech Tips video the other day. They actually encrypted the switch to USB-C port. Yes.
Okay, you see this person that she said, he figured out why we can't use third-party accessories. Number one, I'm going to say my opinion before she says it. Before this fool open his mouth. I'm going to say my way. It's a firewall. Just like you put a firewall on the computer that nothing can go through, that you don't want. You put a password, you don't want nobody get into that page. There you go. That's what Nintendo did. Let's go back to the video. And that's why I'm pissed.
Nintendo took a universal standard port and added encryption specifically to lock out most third-party accessories, claiming piracy protection or whatever.
So I think he keeps saying base or fake. Then he's an idiot.
It is that they always say. Now, I have been using third-party docks for my original Switch for years because Nintendo's original dock scratched my screen, and honestly...
And that is true. When I first bought my Nintendo Switch 2, the Nintendo Switch 2 docking station scratched my screen, and that's the honest truth.
It's just not that great to use. So when I heard that they encrypted the new port to prevent that, my mind was kind of just blown a little bit. Companies like JSaw and other third-party manufacturers have had to pause production on Switch 2 products because Nintendo's encryption just breaks their stuff. Nintendo looked at a universal standard and said...
Doesn't Apple do that too? Like, I'm pretty sure Apple doesn't let you use third-party chargers or the like. I'm not an expert on this kind of thing because it really doesn't matter.
All right. Apple has some policy. When I had Apple iPhone, they don't let you use third-party cables. I don't know now, but I don't have I do have an iPhone 11, and I have some regular cable, and I can prove it right here. Hold on. Wrong one. Wrong one. Give me a second. I'm taking a bath with cable here. Give me a second. Give me a second. I don't want to pull. I don't want to pull the wrong one. Give me. Wait. I'm doing something wrong. Doing something wrong. Doing something wrong. Give me a second. Oh, found it. Kinda. Found it. Right here. Right here. This is not the original charger. Let me see if it shows on camera. Right there. Right there. Right there. This is an iPhone third party cable. And I'm using it fine. So this fool needs to stop talking the donkey bullcrap because I'm using third party charger. I'm using third party adapter for the iPhone. I don't know now because I'm not using it physically this year, but I have it. Am I gonna plug it in? No, don't need it. I bought new stuff. So he needs to stop talking shit. So let's go back to the video of his whining.
But like, I mean, if you're complaining about like charge ports and not being able to use third-party hardware, like I don't care. Okay? Like you need to stop. You are embarrassing yourself. Like
Hey, moron. For an example, moron. I cannot afford $125 for the accessories dock station. I cannot afford the Nintendo dock station. Can you? I don't know what job you have, but I don't have a job. I collect, you stupid mohead. Cabrón. Bicho. Mamaculo. Y de esta mujer quieta, cabrón.
this isn't something that anybody cares about.
Mama bicho.
Actually, no. That's not Universal anymore.
Chupacabra.
Only our approved accessories work. Like, just think about that for a second. It is your $450 console that you bought and paid
Tiene
for,
mi bola
but
hinchada.
Nintendo gets to decide what
Hablando
cables
mierda.
you can plug into it.
Yeah.
Even though it's USB-C, and that is supposed to be, for the most part, universal.
What is she talking about? Like, what is she talking about? Like, it's just like it's supposed to be universal. Like, I have never used third-party cables in my life. Actually, no, I do. I did own one.
Nigga, I just showed you a third party cable. Oh my god. I'll just show you again. You dumb, lazy. Look. You dumb. Wait. That's a third party cable for my phone right there. Right there. I use this plugged into my Nintendo Switch too. Not this happening. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not done yet. Not done yet. Give me a second. Give me a second. Come on. Wait. iPhone. Right here. iPhone. Right here. Look at iPhone. Right here. Right there. iPhone charger. iPhone third party charger. Wait. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Another one for the S24 charger. Third party. Wait. I'm not done yet. Not done yet. Okay. I'm not done yet. You dumb fool. Wait. Not done yet. Trying to find out the third party charger that I have taped to keep it Um, look right there, right there. Look, little fool. You dumb fool. Look, dumb fool. Look, dumb fool. Wait. I'm gonna show you the iPhone again. The my S24 charger. Yo. Look. Okay, I'm gonna show you the iPhone charger. Now again. Give me a second. I gotta look for it. Give me a second. Look. You dumb fool. You dumb fuck. Look, dumb fuck. Look, you dumb fuck. Look, you dumb fuck. You dumbass. Let's go back to the video. And watch. He's not done calling her A to Z. Just saying.
One for the N64, but that was for a really weird reason. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. But like, yeah, the first party stuff is higher quality, it lasts longer, you know, like why wouldn't you use that? You know, like the whole cope she has about like it scratched my screen didn't happen. Like, I don't believe that for a second.
This really is the greed they talk about in the Bible. This is not about
In
preventing
the Bible?
This is
Do me a favor, you dumbass. Do me a favor. Take your screen protector. Take your switch. Put it back and forth like this. And see if it doesn't scratch you. I need to turn the switch too. Because it happened to me. So, and if you don't believe me, eat my socks.
is about Nintendo deciding that even something as
So-
basic as what Doc
So God himself condemns Nintendo.
Wait.
It's
I got
in
another
the
one.
book
A third party.
of PlayStation, you know,
Right
the
there.
book of YouTube, right? 313, like Nintendo. They are the doom of gaming. If we are to keep gaming a free space, we must destroy Nintendo. It is the work of Satan. You know, like Jesus talked about this. You know, like this is the real reason the Jews killed him, is because he was speaking out against Nintendo. Like, holy fucking shit.
you prefer should always go through them first. And if you bypass their encryption, well, refer back to that whole console bricking thing. Now let's talk about what happened to those affordable options Doug Bowser mentioned when the Switch 2 first launched. You remember that too, right? When he suggested people could just stick with the original Switch if the new
Yeah, you can't. Like, that's the thing, like, you don't... Like, this is the thing a lot of these people don't understand, is that the Switch 1 is still very, very relevant. Like, most of the games that are coming out in the next year or so are also available on Switch 1. You know, there are a handful of exclusives, you know, Bonanza, Air Riders, Mario Kart World, but like Prime 4 is on Switch 1, or Legends Arceus is on Switch 1, right? You don't have to upgrade right away if you really don't want to. Like, this entire cope is just completely out of touch with like reality. Like, this idea that like this is some unreasonable thing to say. Like, it's like the Don Matrick thing. It's just, no. Like, Don Matrick said that in regards to, like, the always online policies. It really wasn't the same argument at all. It was always just an insane cope that they tried to make that comparison, and, like, they really need to fuck off with this bullshit. It is disgusting.
one was too pricey? Well, about that. For the first time in industry history, Nintendo raised prices on their old models. The basic Switch jumped from $299 to $339, and the OLED went from $349 to $399. So now the budget option is only $50 less than the Switch 2. And the excuse that they gave us were tariffs and market conditions. And to be fair, they were not alone in this decision. Sony and Microsoft did the exact same thing. But here's what really gets me though. The original Switch has been using the same 7-year-old components that were not even cutting edge when they first launched. And with the economics of scale from being one of the best-selling consoles in history, Theoretically, Nintendo's production costs should have gone down, not up. But now the budget option that Bowser recommended costs more than I originally paid for the premium model 7 years ago. And while they've raised prices on the old hardware, we cannot forget that they also set the new gold standard for game pricing with that $80 Mario Kart World. While Nintendo is out here patent trolling flying creatures and
They set Grand Theft Auto 6, they pretty much already came out and said they were going to raise game prices. Everybody in the industry said they were going to raise game prices the next generation. You know, I didn't hear a peep out of these people when Sony and Microsoft raised the game price to $70 this generation. But somehow Nintendo is evil because of Mario Kart World. No, fuck off with that bullshit. You can fuck right off. I don't want to hear it. Get a job, you bum.
USB ports and charging $80 for Mario Kart, other companies are showing us what the alternative looks like. I would love to take a quick second to congratulate Team Cherry on their launch of Hollow Knight Silksong.
Silksong is shit! It took 8 years to make! It's not worth the $20! Like, just throwing that out there, like, this game is just a lazy rehash of the original. It is a DLC. There is nothing new, fresh, or exciting about it. It is a worse version of the original game. But anyway, like, again, this game was made by 3 people, okay? You know what the equivalent for that is? You know, the Nintendo game that just came out, Dragon Drive, okay? A game that's better, a game that's more original, that has more going on. Dragon Drive is better than Silksong, and it was released at the same price point. Not a single person wants to talk about that. Not a single person wants to address that. Like, if you want to talk about pricing, you have to compare games at a similar price point.
One of the most anticipated sequels in indie gaming in history. And
Nope.
What did they launch it at? $20. With the massive success of the first game, in my opinion, they probably could have charged $30 or even a little bit more for the sequel. Instead, they made the decision that $20 felt right for what they were delivering. That is trusting and respecting your audience base. That is saying that we believe our game is so good, there is zero reason to price hike it. And I've mentioned these at length at this point, but other games are doing this too. Baldur's Gate 3, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Clair Obscur, incredible.
What? Baldur's Gate 3, that launched at 60. What is she talking about? Like, more affordable? What is she talking about?
Incredible games with real creative vision launching at or below $60. These developers, some of them which are very small, are taking big risks and somehow still finding ways to be way more accessible than Nintendo's 17th Mario Kart. The contrast is just...
Yeah, and what happened to Tango Gameworks? They went out of business. What happened to Larian? They cut ties with Hasbro and have confirmed they're not producing Baldur's Gate 4. You know, like, what? Expedition 33 has already been forgotten. You know? Like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, these cheaper price points are viable. No, they're not. They really aren't. Outside of the YouTube grifter circle jerk, nobody is talking about or playing these games at all. Mario Kart World is more successful than all of that combined. And that's just one game.
Really sad. Nintendo's first-party lineup for the rest of the year going into 2026 is looking pretty bare bones at this point, but they continue to spend...
You just praised Silksong, you stupid bitch. That's on Switch too. So you're just gonna ignore Silksong, Daemon X Machina.
You heard that. He called her the B word. He called her the B word. You heard that yourself. You called her the B word. Got no respect for woman.
Like Shuten Order, you know, all these like big third-party games that have come out in September. You're just going to ignore Mario Kart World, you know, one of the biggest releases of the year. You're going to ignore Donkey Kong Bonanza. You're going to ignore all of that all the stuff that's coming out for the foreseeable future, and you were going to say that the release schedule is bare bones. I cannot even keep up with all the games that are coming out. Okay, you don't own a Switch 2. Okay, you have no credibility to comment on the library. You have no means of evaluating what's coming out. You are a complete shill and a parasite. You do not know what you are talking about. Like, it's barren for the rest of the year. Like, I swear, if they do drop a Nintendo Direct this week, and, like, they do start talking about, like, some upcoming stuff, like, I hope, like, she starts getting pushed back for that. Because that is, like, the stupidest thing I think I've ever heard her say. That is just completely out of touch with reality. How are you going to praise Silksong and then turn around and try and argue that, like, the Switch 2's library is anemic? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, Silksong's on the Switch 2. You know, like, it just doesn't make any... Like, again, this is the double standard you always see people talk about when it comes to, like, this kind of stuff, is that, like, they complain about Nintendo not having third parties and that they only get it for first party stuff, but then, like, they don't really come out and acknowledge third party Switch games, Nintendo games as being viable and stuff that's, like, worthy of being talked about, even if they're, like, hyping it up on other platforms. You know, I guarantee you, when, like, Expedition 33 gets ported over, it 100% will, like, nobody's going to care about that. Like, when Hi-Fi Rush gets ported over, nobody's going to care about that. You know why? Because they aren't as good as the other Nintendo games that are coming out.
So much more energy and money on lawsuits rather than innovation, more time encrypting universal ports than creating games. And then you have teams like Cherry, who have spent...
Is she really trying to argue that, like, Nintendo's developers are the same as their legal team, that, like, resources for game development are going towards, like, lawyers? Like, does she think Shigeru Miyamoto goes into court and, like, plays real-life Ace Attorney with, like, the Power World? No, that doesn't happen. Like, that's not how this works.
The last 7 years working to make something incredible and trusting that the quality will speak for itself. So here is where I'm at 3 months after my very public Nintendo breakup. I don't regret it, not even a little bit. If anything, having this distance from them has given me more clarity, because every patent...
You know what happened when, like, Tamashi Hiroka, like, took a break from Pokemon for, like, a decade? You know, because she'd, like, spent her entire life playing it. She was, like, you know, burned out on it. She had a YouTube channel on it. She was like, okay, like, I need to take a step back. I want to do other things. And then she came back and it was like, yeah, I really enjoyed, like, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. You know, that's basically what this is. And I do think this is, like, the important thing to take away from this, because, like, this is a real thing we all go through. Like, yeah, you should stop playing Nintendo sometimes. You should stop caring about Nintendo sometimes. You shouldn't obsess over everything they do near constantly and, like, be angry at the stuff they do. Like, the reality is, if you want to do something else, go ahead and do it. But, like, here's the thing, is that, like, she really thinks she's making some kind of, like, point. She really thinks that, like, this is because, like, Nintendo is, like, not doing enough to, like, innovate or do things or, like, excite her. But in reality, she's just kind of, like, doesn't want to play video games right now, which is a perfectly normal thing to feel. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but, like, every single time these people try and frame it as, like, something that Nintendo is doing wrong, when in reality it's entirely, like, their perspective and, like, what they want out of the company and what they're interested in. Like, it's just they don't really have, like, the self-awareness to understand that, like, they're the problem and that pretty much everyone else, like, pretty heavily disagrees with them about everything. And I think this is a really good video about this because, you know, this is supposedly why she's done with Nintendo. And yet, you know, she doesn't talk about anything they're doing. She doesn't talk about their games. She doesn't know anything about the hardware. She doesn't even own the hardware. You know, I'm sure eventually she'll pick up a Switch 2, which will kind of, like, run contrary to this entire series of videos. But, like, This is pathetic. You know, this is like a woman child trying to justify like her temper tantrum. Like this is her sitting there and trying to act as if like she's some enlightened individual because I broke up with Nintendo. Like, bro, you came back 3 months later to make a video. Like you lost. Like you've already lost. You're obsessed. You're thinking about Nintendo constantly. You're like, I don't know, cuddling up to your like Pikachu plushie in like your Pokemon themed bed, and you're just like, I wonder what Nintendo's doing right now. I wonder if they're losing the lawsuit yet. I wonder if they're thinking about me at all. Like that's what this is. Like she is obsessed with this idea of like Nintendo failing because of her shitty video, and it's just not realistic at all. It's not going to happen. The Switch 2 is not going to lose all momentum because of this broad and her stupid hot take. It's just
lawsuit development, every encrypted port, every console bricking, every price increase just reinforces that Nintendo has fundamentally lost the plot. And like I came to discover in my first video, this is not just corporate overreach or only anti-consumer behavior. It is systematic control over every aspect of how we interact with their products.
Never trust a YouTuber who uses terms like anti-consumer. It's such a buzzword. I hate it.
And it has only gotten worse.
And I hate you because you call her a moron from, I mean, a word from A to Z. So, fuck off. Recliner ass heater.
And that girl who ugly cried at the Breath of the Wild trailer is still in here. Deep down in her heart, she still believes in that Nintendo magic. But she is also tired of watching a company choose control over creativity, litigation over innovation every time. And my hope is that Nintendo could change course tomorrow.
So how exactly did like the lawsuits stop Donkey Kong Bonanza from being made? Like, how exactly did them suing Power World stop them creating Mario Kart World? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't. Like, she really is making this argument. I'm sure she doesn't mean this, but like, this is the way it comes off. She's really making the argument that the legal team is responsible for making the games, which is so like unfathomably retarded that like I can't even wrap my mind around it. It's just unbelievable. That's
Don't judge me. I don't know nothing the way he talk or her about games. I'm here because he called her the B and A and Z. That's all.
someone could be so stupid
if they wanted to. And I would want nothing more than to fall back in love with them fully. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but until they do, if they do, I am perfectly happy cheering for Hoyoverse, Power World, Brazil, and basically anyone else who is showing.
Yeah, okay. What video game is Brazil gonna produce, you stupid whore? Like, that is.
And there we go again. He called her the A to Z. Bad words. Why in the heck do you have to call her A to Z? Bad words. You could call her, she's dumb. You know? Better than the B word. Better than the H hole. Better than, I know it's not better, but it's better than call her those kind of words. I better you call me handicap bastard. But come on, bro. Think about it. Respect biatch.
It's like, oh, I can't wait until Brazil like produces their own video game console and they become bigger than Nintendo and like they take over the world. That's not gonna fucking happen. What is she talking about? You know, she obsesses over Nintendo being obsessed with litigation, but like she's the one constantly bringing up the lawsuits because you don't really see Nintendo themselves talk about it all that often, like because it's still ongoing, right? So like she's the one
I know that one lawsuit they got 2 million. Nintendo got 2 million already. That's it. That people keep throwing on YouTube.
One constantly making videos about this. She's the one like talking about this, complaining about it. Like she's so out of touch.
Looks like. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for being here. And what do you think? Are your friends and family as confused by your gaming company feelings as mine are? Let me know in the comments. And
What?
until next time, may your creature mounts be patent free and your USB ports be unencrypted. Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you in the
Let's watch what listen to what he says.
next one.
Yeah, fuck Craig the Snake for recommending that, highlighting that video on Side Scrollers, by the way. Because that is, like, downright disgusting. So she is, like, legit ranting to her friends and family about how much she hates Nintendo and how she broke up with Nintendo and how she, like, doesn't care about Nintendo anymore. And they're just like, but you're talking about them all the time. Like, again, this is why you can't take these people seriously. Like, I grew up, well, not really grew up, but like, you know, I read Sean Malshon's blog from like a fairly, fairly, not fairly early on, but like, 2010, 12, 11, 12-ish, discovered this blog somehow. I don't even remember how it happened, but like, and it was just the most stereotypical, like, anti-Nintendo thing ever. The idea that NES boomers were like that Nintendo peaked with the NES, that they never got better after Mario 3. This is the same exact behavior coming from like a millennial soy-faced chick. Like this is like the same exact argument that Nintendo used to be better when I was a kid, like just transplanted onto like a completely different person who grew up in a completely different time in the company's history. It's almost like like these guys, these people, they can't handle growing up and they can't handle their like changing feelings about the company, and like they just kind of force this idea into thinking Nintendo like at one point became bad, when in reality they're just completely obsessed with their weird like misconception of what Nintendo is. And I do think that's like a pretty reoccurring trend with a lot of these people, like just their obsessions with their version of what Nintendo should be, and it's just, you see it all the time from these people, and it takes all kinds of different forms, but like it's it gets really tiresome, like seeing people who straight up don't play the games, who insist that they will never ever play the games, like continue to whine and complain about them like constantly for petty reasons, like things like the price point, things like USB cables, things like unrelated lawsuits. Like this entire video, she did not discuss the games once, and I think that's very telling as to like what her mindset is going into these videos. Like she just wants to get a reaction out of people. She just wants to get attention because she's a woman and that's all she's ever desired in her meager, pitiful existence. Like this is like a textbook example of just everything.
Yo, what is going on with you? You and attacking a woman, bro. I know women that are YouTube, not YouTube game players. I know one, Mrs. K. I bet you won't go attack her. And she won't take your Donkey Kongs. That's for sure. She won't take your bullcrap. That's for sure. She will not take your bullcrap. That for sure she will not do. She will not take your bullcrap. Just saying. go to attack her, and I bet you she'll teach you a lesson, turkey neck.
Raw with Nintendo Discourse Online. It's different from like how it was in the NeoGAF days because I do think like the majority of people watching this who actually own Switch 2s like don't really agree with it, but like it is like the aging millennial demographic who kind of cling on to this stuff. People who like want to believe.
They might agree with you, but attacking a woman because she give her own opinion the way she did it don't give you the rights to call her a B-A-H-O.
The GameCube was peak Nintendo, and people who like are nostalgic for the DS and the Wii and all that, like they don't want to admit that they're old now and that like the world has moved on without them. And in a lot of ways, Nintendo is bigger than ever. It's the same thing that we saw with like the NES boomers and how they like kept talking down to like the Super Nintendo people. Like I know people who will try and tell you that like Sonic the Hedgehog made Mario completely irrelevant in the 90s because he was such a better character. But like that just never happened because Mario never went anywhere. It's like, Sonic's relevancy never really left like elementary schools of people like screaming like marketing catchphrases at you. Like there's a reason everybody remembers like Sega does what Nintendo don't and not the final boss of Sonic 3, for example. Like that's a good example. Like it's just a meme to hate Nintendo. Like that's all this is. Like it isn't based in anything real. It's just this like weird, like artificial construct of people like growing out of Nintendo and just refusing to admit it to themselves. Like they want to blame the company for they themselves growing up. And this is another sad example of that phenomenon.
Some will fail to become true.
Okay, I'll be right back. All right, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna